Good morning Davao, Mindanao. Good morning North, South, East, and West. This is Gilbert Lopez Martihecatzo for the headlines. Weather forecast. Southwest monsoon affecting the western section of Luzon. Local news. DCPO denies report of officers testing positive for drugs. City allocates 15 million for Duao Davao. Suspect in stabbing remains scot-free. BFAR Davao launches 11th closing fishing season. National news. NDRRMC infra-agri damage from Aghon tops 1 billion. Ordinance regulating vehicle traffic passes first reading. International news. Modi-led alliance agrees to form next India government. South Korea to resume loudspeaker broadcast. Entertainment news. For Oscar-winning producer, streaming is the future. Halsey reveals she is lucky to be alive after private health struggle. Sports news. Meralco pulse of game. One Shocker versus San Miguel. Kylian Mbappe says, "There were things and people that made me unhappy." Featured story. How South Africa sardines runs is changing. Sculpture makes free using years worth of plastic. Side story. Trivia. Do you know that Davao City has one of the nicest beaches in the Philippines? Weather forecast. Southwest monsoon affecting the western section of Luzon. The rest of the country will experience partly to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorm due to localized thunderstorm with possible flash floods and landslide during the severe thunderstorm. Local news. DCPO denies report of officers testing positive note for drugs. A representative from Davao City Police Office, DCPO, denied national news report claiming that 37 of their officers tested positive for drugs. Police Captain Hazel Tuazon, spokesperson for the DCPO, addressed the issue in a media interview on Tuesday morning, June 4, 2024, at the Sangguniang Panglungsod. She stated that the claim that 37 personnel tested positive is false. According to Tuazon, a drug test conducted on May 30, 2024 showed that all DCPO personnel tested negative for methamphetamine, hydrochloride, or shabu. Tuazon emphasized that the DCPO is committed to its anti-drug campaign and that the Chief PNP Regional Director and the DCPO officer in charge strictly monitor drug use. City allocates 15 million for Duao Davao. A Davao City Councilor announced that the new festival Duao Davao, the city summer tourism campaign, has a budget of 15 million. Councilor Alrayan Alejandre bared this during the Aprobado sa Konseho on Tuesday morning, June 4, 2024 at the Sangguniang Panglungsod. Hopefully the term of Mayor Baste, it will also be replicated next year since part of the latest event and maging part na siya na ma-allocate og budget, hopefully under Mayor Baste's term, it will be replicated next year and allocated a budget, Alejandro said. He hopes that the event will become annual despite its being established by an executive order rather than an ordinance. He noted that last year, the City Tourism Office, CTOO, managed to allocate a budget for it, and he hopes this will continue under Davao City Mayor Sebastian Baste Duterte. The man who allegedly stabbed his live-in partner to death in Purok 10, Burgundy Street, Barangay Takunan, Tugbok District, Davao City at 8 p.m. on Sunday, June 2, 2024 remains scot-free. According to the report from the police, they received a call from the victim's neighbor, Elias Emily. The police report added that prior to the bloody incident, the victim was with her friends and live-in partner having a drinking spree. Around 5:30 p.m. on the same date, the victim and the suspect went home. Around 5:30 p.m. on the same date, the victim and the suspect went home. The neighbor of the victim called the police at around 7:45 p.m. saying that she heard a scream for a woman asking for help. The neighbor added that they went to the victim's house and saw the suspect dragging someone to the second floor of the house. Before Davao launches 11 closed fishing season, the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources Region, Davao Region, before Davao has initiated the 11th annual closed fishing season in Davao Gulf running from June 1 to August 1. This aims to conserve small pelagic fishes and support their replenishment, recovery, and reproduction. Common small pelagic fishes include big-eyed scad, matambaka, mackerel, carabalyas, scad, galunggong, and monfish, bilong-bilong. Throughout the closed season, BFAR Davao strictly prohibits the use of bag nets, ring nets, or modified fishing gear with similar operations. Fishermen can still fish with appropriate permits using hook and line or approved gear. Violators may face fines of 20,000 to 500,000 or more as stipulated in the Section 100 of Republic Act RA 10654 amending the 8550, the Philippine Fisheries Code of 1998. Convicted violators could also face incarceration, seizure of their catch and gear, and license cancellation. National news. NDRRMC infra agri damage from Aghon stops 1 billion. The total amount of damage to agriculture and infrastructure caused by Typhoon Aghon has exceeded 1 billion. The National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council NDRRMC bared Thursday. In its situation report, the disaster response body said infrastructure damage from the typhoon has reached 942.5 million in Calabar Zone, while agriculture damage was placed in 85.6 million in Calabar Zone and Memarupa region. Some 7,568 houses were damaged in Calabar Zone and Eastern Visayas, of which 6,907 were classified as partially damaged and 752 as totally damaged. A total of 41,405 families or 152,266 persons in 887 barangays in Central Luzon, Calabar Zone, Mimarupa, Bicol, Central Visayas, Eastern Visayas, and National Capital Region were affected by the typhoon. The confirmed death toll from the weather disturbance stand at 65 from Calabar Zone and 1 from Northern Mindanao, PNA. Ordinance regulating vehicles traffic passes, first reading. The Bacolod City Council approved the Car-Free Sunday Ordinance of Bacolod City on the first reading. The ordinance was authored by Councilor Celia Matia Flor, Chairperson of the City Council Committee on Senior Citizens and Veterans Affairs. Flor said the city recognizes the need to promote healthier lifestyle and foster community well-being through increased physical activity and social interaction. She said, reducing vehicles traffic can signify lower air pollution level, thereby improving air quality and contributing to a cleaner and healthier environment. Creating car-free zone encourages alternative modes of transportation such as walking and biking, which are environmentally friendly and help reduce the city carbon footprints, she added. Flor stressed that the temporary restrictions of vehicle traffic on Lacson Street from B.S. Aquino Drive to South Capitol Road on Sunday between 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. provides a safe and enjoyable space for pedestrians, cyclists, and pets to engage in recreation activities. Flor noted that other cities around the world have successfully implemented similar car-free initiative resulting in positive public health and environment outcomes. She said the community has expressed support for the initiative that promotes sustainable transportation and enhance the quality of urban life. International news. Modi-led alliance agrees to form next India government. New Delhi, the Hindu nationalist Bharatiya Janata Party (BJP) of Narendra Modi agreed with coalition allies on Wednesday, June 5, to form a government after a general election in which it failed to secure an outright majority for the first time in the decade. The 15 members National Democratic Alliance (NDA) coalition, led by Modi right-wing Bharatiya Janata Party, has 293 seats in parliament, giving it control of the legislature. We all anonymously choose respected NDA leader Narendra Modi as our leader, the BJP issued alliance statement read. It said that NDA government would preserve India heritage and work for the all-around development of the country. Election result released on Tuesday appended convention wisdom throughout the 6 weeks election that Modi's Hindu nationalist agenda would power him to a landslide win. South Korea to resume loudspeaker broadcast over border in Balloon Row. South Korea has said it will resume propaganda broadcast against North Korea for the first time in 6 years in response to Pyongyang's campaign of sending rubbish-filled balloons across the border. Over 300 North Korean balloons were detected over Saturday and Sunday, with around 80 landing in South carrying scrap paper and plastic sheets. North Korea is yet to respond to the announcement, but Pyongyang considered the loudspeaker propaganda broadcast as an act of war and has threatened to blow them up in the past. Last month, North Korea appeared to send at least 200 balloons carrying rubbish over the border in retaliation for propaganda's leaflets sent from the south. Over the weekend, North Korea resumed its waste campaign against its neighbor by sending balloons carrying sacks of rubbish over the border in South Korea. It was in retaliation for activists in South sending 10 balloons containing leaflets critical of the North Korean regime on Friday, according to AFP news agency. South Korea's military said there are no more balloons in the air, adding that no hazardous materials have been found. It has warned the public not to touch the balloon and to be aware of the falling objects. The public should report any sightings to the nearest police or military unit, the military added. International news. For Oscars winning producer, streaming is the future. It's all about sticking to your guns, said Academy Award winning producer Charles Wessler when Inquirer Entertainment asked him to share his secret in convincing investors to take risk on his film's project. Also, you have to figure out how to make a good case. It is like being a lawyer. You have to get up in front of the court and say, "These are the reason I think my client is innocent." You say, "This is why my movie is the best decision you're going to make this year." When they ask if you are going to make money, you say, "I don't know. I can't predict the future." Just say why you think this particular movie is going to be great. They either believe it or they don't. I'm just lucky that in about 20 occasions they believe me, he pointed out. Whistler produced Peter Farrelly's Green Book 2018, which won several awards including the Oscars for Best Picture. The American producer is also responsible for comedies like Dumb and Dumber, Bushwhack, There's Something About Mary, and The Three Stooges. His latest release, 2021, is Fisher Stephen Drama Palmer. Halsey reveals she is lucky to be alive after private health struggle. On Tuesday, the Grammy-nominated artist shared an update to social media that revealed she has been privately battling several chronic illness. Halsey used that she or they pronounce. Long story short, I'm lucky to be alive. Short story long, I wrote an album. Halsey, 29, wrote on Instagram. Halsey, whose real name is Ashley Nicolette Frangipane, did not explicitly disclose her diagnosis. She did, however, tag of the nonprofit Lupus Research Alliance and the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in her post. Sports news. Meralco pulls of Game 1 Shocker versus San Miguel. Meralco knows from harrowing experiences in the past that winning Game 1 and a PBA Championship Series is no assurance of a beautiful ending. And for the Bolts to produce 3 more victories after defeating the San Miguel Beermen 93-86 in the opener of the Philippine Cup Finals on Wednesday at Smart Araneta Coliseum. They'll need everyone to be like their favored opponent. That is for everyone to be capable of delivering when their number is called. We're gonna beat San Miguel with 2 or 3 guys, Coach Layege Trillo said. The San Miguel has so many weapons, so we need everybody on board. They're 3 wins short of fulfilling their ultimate mission of bringing a PBA championship to the Meralco compound in Ortegas. But the Bolts have finished short of the goal before twice. Kylian Mbappe says, "There were things and people that made me unhappy in final season of PSG French soccer superstar." Kylian Mbappe said that there were things and people that made me unhappy during his final season at Paris Saint-Germain. In his first comments since his blockbuster move to the Real Madrid, the 25 years old move to the Spanish capital was confirmed on Monday, ending one of the longest running transfer sagas in soccer. Mbappe was speaking at the media conference on Tuesday ahead of France's friendly against Luxembourg and stressed that his long-expected move to Madrid was a relief, while also adding that his final season in the Paris was filled with mixed emotion. Featured story: How South Africa Sardine Run is Changing. South Africa Sardines runs is a spectacle to behold as thousands of predators feast on sardines mega shoals, but climate change and overfishing are putting it at risk. A southern winter approaches, cold water wheels up, and silvery mass emerges from the ocean depths of the coast of South Africa. Tiny torpedo-like fish amass. These densely packed mega shoals are often more than 7 km, 4 miles long, 1.5 km, 1 mile wide, and 30 meters, 100 feet deep, and made up of tens to hundreds of millions of South African sardines. There might be a few gunners here and there, but nothing major, says Stephanie Plon, a marine biologist and at Stellenbosch University, South Africa, who studies the health of marine mammals of the KwaZulu-Natal coast. Then all of a sudden, they come together, and you see the water boiling as dolphins and sharks follow the sardines, and the gannets starts diving. You have to give up taking photos because there are just too many dolphins. Sculpture makes 3 using years worth of plastic. A sculpture has made a 3 out of the year's worth of plastic bottles to encourage an adult conversation in environmental issues. Robert Marshall from Wareham in Dorset said he collected around 700 plastic bottles which his family had used in 1 year to make the structure. He erected that over 26 feet 8 meters tall plastic tree for the Farbeck Art Weeks festival and has taken it to location around the country. The artwork has been displayed at Spyway, Darston Country Park, Heartland Mall, and Rollington Barn, and it will be the Studland Beach on Saturday and Sunday for the event for the end of the art event. For the side story, let's watch this. And now for the trivia. Did you know that Davao City has one of the nicest beaches in the Philippines? Davao is located south of the Philippines and also its largest city. Davao Oriental is located right in the Davao City region in Mindanao. Most people, we think of the more popular places when they think of Philippines. Boracay, Cebu, Palawan, these places are unquestionably beautiful, but also at the same time overcrowded and commercialized. So let us introduce Davao Oriental to you, the next food, party, beach, travel destination to visit in the Philippines. That's all our news for today. Please like, share, subscribe, and click the bell button for you to be updated of the Pinoy Rab News Channel updates. This is Gilbert Lopez Martí Cacho. Good morning.